Okay guys, let's do our applied 2-point perspective. So I have started out with drawing my horizon line and putting my 2 vanishing points on either end. What we'll do is a simple city block. So I will start with the line right pretty much in the middle, right here. Okay, so this, pretend that I am standing across the street looking at the corner of a city block, okay, because it's 2-point perspective, so we start with that corner. Now again, our next step is to go ahead and connect to the vanishing points. Now I might do this a little bit harder where I want the building to be, and then I can maybe lighten it up as I go along, because I know that eventually I'm going to want to erase those lines, okay? So putting in the first building like this, just like when we made the boxes. Now I get to decide how wide or thin I want this first building to be. I think I'll just go out pretty much to where I put the side, something like that. And then maybe I'll make it a little bit wider on this side. So that is what my first building kind of looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase the horizon line from inside of it, because it just looks messy and confusing, and I know it's there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add a doorway. So again, remember the sides are just up and down, parallel to the sides of your building, but the tops and bottoms will connect to the vanishing point on that side. So the bottom is already connected to my vanishing point, so I have to connect the top. Just make a line across and then clean up wherever you kind of went over. Okay. Putting in a window. Actually, let's put in a sign. It would be kind of the same as putting in a window. So I put in my sides nice and parallel to the sides. Then the top and bottom will connect to the vanishing point on this same side. Now, if this was a window, I could maybe put in a little bit of glass like that. But if I want to make this a sign, what I have to keep in mind is that my letters will be in perspective too. So I might go ahead and just put some little guidelines in to remind me that the tops and bottoms of the letters need to be in perspective, but the sides will again be straight. So it's kind of weird. Also, as it goes back, it gets a little bit smaller, right? So keep those lines straight, and then you can get kind of closer. Oh, my spine is too small. Okay, well, you get the point. Well, okay. Let me retry that. It's good practice, right? Let's try smaller books. So keeping the sides straight. That works. And then the guidelines help you to keep it getting smaller. Okay? All right. So let's put a window on this side. And then you guys can do kind of fun stuff. You can add, well, I'm going to put my top and bottom on first. That's fine too. You can add fun stuff like awnings and balconies. I'll do a video demonstration for that kind of stuff later, but if you kind of already have it figured out, go for it. Now here's a little cool trick about adding windows. Since we're looking at it from this way, we would probably see a little bit of the inside of the window too. So you can add another little line to give it that 3D look, especially since maybe even from this angle we're looking down at it a little bit. It would be doubled up here, and then just to kind of show the glass reflection, something like that. Okay, now let's do another building. what we'll do is we'll do one that's attached but taller, and then one that's not attached and has a little alleyway. So if I'm going to do my attached building here and I want to make it taller, all I need to do is build up from this line. So like this was my starting line for this building, I'm going to pretend that this is the starting line for my second building. But like I said, I'm going to make it taller, so I'll build it up higher. Okay, so if this is my starting line, then I know that I need to go ahead and connect to my vanishing points, do the weird diamond shape. But on this side, I don't have to connect to here because it's going through the building, right? So I don't care about that line anymore. But since it's higher than my building here, I am going to need to show a little bit of this side part here. There we go. All right, so next part, putting in the sides. Boom. And then here, I don't know, how far back should we make it go? To about there. All you have to put in is that little line right there. Okay. So then you can add a sign on top in perspective. You can add windows where the sides are parallel. Tops and bottoms are connected to the vanishing points. A nice big doorway, whatever you want to do. Just make sure it's all in perspective. But here I'm going to show you how to skip a little alleyway and put the building a little bit over. So we need a new starting point, but it's still going to be along the same line here on the sidewalk. So starting from here and going up, we'll put in a new line. Now it's just like this line, except instead of being connected to this building, it's over a little bit, right? So once we have this, we need to connect tops and bottoms to the vanishing points. So this is already connected. We're good there. Let's do this one. And just like on this side, we actually do want to put a little bit of this part in, but we don't have to go through the building. So just the little edge of the alleyway, like that, okay? And then the top part, the roof. Okay, so let's go ahead and clean up some of these extra lines because it's getting confusing. Okay, now putting on the sides, I think we'll go to there. Oops, this part of the line disappeared a little bit, so let's just bring that back. Okay, and then the roof line, we can go a little bit further back because there's an alleyway, it's moved over, so it's okay if it goes past this. So I think what I'll do is just have it disappear into this building. Okay, all right, then putting in doorways. So here's my doorway, sides are parallel, but tops and bottoms connect to the vanishing point on this side now. Oh, look at that, that's right on my horizon line, so that line's gonna be pretty much straight. Okay, nice big window right here. Sides are parallel. Top and bottom connect to this vanishing point. All right, guys. So you guys can embellish this all you want. You can add a nice sidewalk. So what I would do for the sidewalk is if this is my corner, I want this to be kind of lined up, so I might extend this line down like that, just so I know where to end that sidewalk corner. And then like this, right? But then, of course, sidewalks are raised up a little bit from the ground, so from the road, I mean. So we might go ahead and double that up to get that illusion of height. Right. And then we would have the street here. So this would be the black asphalt where the cars are. Now here's an important thing to notice. You know how sidewalks have the little lines in them, the little slats? Now, a lot of kids want to come in here and put those in, and they'll go like this. Now, what's wrong with that sidewalk? Is somebody walking on that just gonna fall right down into space? Probably, okay? We want those lines to be nice and straight to give the illusion that you can actually walk on this sidewalk. So what you end up doing is making those lines by connecting to the opposite vanishing point. So just starting off of this line that we already made here and going straight across, boom, there's one. Then maybe we'll do another one here. But keep in mind that these will get closer together as you go back. Kind of like when you did in the worksheet that checkerboard floor, you would do it like that, but we're just gonna fake it for now. Just move your ruler up a little bit less each time. So on, okay? Same at the other side. All right, guys. So play with this, have fun with it. Don't worry about adding value or anything like that, or texture. Just make sure you know how to make this 2-point perspective work for you, okay?